All right, in today's video, I'm going to focus on two selection tool sets, one being our rectangular and elliptical tool marquee. And to open this up, I just right click and that opens up. And same with our lasso tool, polygon lasso tools. I'm going to start off by showing you that you can make a selection, and the selection has what often is referred to as marching ants or the marquee tool. And no matter what I do, it will fit inside of this layer. So I'm going to, of course, start off with a new layer and grab a paintbrush and choose a color. Let's go with gray for now. And then I'm going to color in this all gray. Now, to get rid of the selection that you made, you can come up and do Control D or right here, deselect, and that will get rid of it. All right, I'm going to undo that. Control Z is your undo if you'd like to undo steps. Control Z, 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 and Control D, of course, to deselect. So what I want to talk about next is these modes right up here. So you'll see these modes in all of our selection tools. And if you hover over them, you'll see this is new selection, add to selection, subtract from selection, and intersect with selection, or I call it the Venn diagram of selections. You can see how it just selects what's in between these two. And I'm going to use this, I'm going to make a robot. So if I start with this new selection, every time I draw a rectangle, it will erase the old one and make a new one. Or if I click inside, it will move it. But I want to add to my selection. So from here, I can make multiple selections without erasing the previous one. And I'm going to start to make a robot. There we go. And now the next one I want to look at is take away. So if I click on subtract from selection, it takes away chunks from this robot. Okay. And just so you guys can see, we'll do the intersect one. I may have made that part a little too wide and his legs a little too long, and it will take out those parts so you can see how that works. So using these, I want to make a robot, and then I'm going to add a new layer. I'm going to get my brush. I'm going to click on the gray again. I'm going to color in my gray robot. And then to get rid of the selection, I'm going to do Control D or select, deselect. Now I'm going to make a new layer. This time I'm going to use the elliptical marquee tool and do the same thing. So I'm going to give him a Mickey Mouse hat. So I'm going to draw a circle. This time I'm going to take away from the circle. Then I'm going to come back and add to the circle. And I gave him a Mickey Mouse hat. I need to color it in. Now just for the record, you can use any tool and add to and subtract. So I could add, a rectangle to that. I'm going to undo that, Control Z. But you can see how you can add or subtract. It doesn't matter what tool you're using. These all interact with each other. And on this new layer, I'm going to get my paintbrush again. And I'm going to grab a black. I'm going to color it in. So there is my Mickey Mouse hat. And because I did it on a separate layer, I can move it around, get it right where I want it. Okay. Or I could resize it. That's something we haven't talked about yet. Control T or edit free transform. You can see here's Command T or Control T. And you can make it larger or smaller. You can rotate it a little bit just by moving your cursor outside like that. You can also use just the arrow tools on your keyboard to kind of nudge it into place. And then when you're done, you have to hit no thanks, I don't want to change that, or yes, please, commit, and that commits it. Now then, moving down, I'm going to go to my lasso tool. Looks like he went to Disney World, so let's give him a reusable bag. So I'm just going to make a plastic bag shape. There it is. And then I'm going to do a takeaway and give it a handle. There we are. Now on a new layer, let's choose like a tan color maybe. And grab my brush again and color in a new bag. And then to get rid of the selection, Control D. There we go. Next tool, Polygon Lasso tool. This time I'm going to make him a lightsaber. So I'm going to go click, click. So each time I'm clicking, it puts a new spot down. Click, 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 click. And then to finish this, you can either put the cursor right back at the beginning, and that makes you see the little circle coming next to the tool, or just hit enter, and that will close it at any point. Or if you messed up completely, you hit escape. Now then, with this lightsaber highlighted, I'm going to add a new layer again, and I'm going to give him a nice bright green lightsaber. This green lightsaber is the best one. And then color that in. And then deselect the tool. So you can see here how we can make, using different selections, we can make all kinds of objects, and they can be rearranged. So I can put the lightsaber back behind there. I could come down here underneath and make a new layer and maybe make some dirt you can stand on, because he's standing on some solid ground. And that is selections utilizing our options bar of various selection options.